Hey, welcome back. We are now on lesson number 7. We're on lesson 7. I know you probably wonder, like, where did this little rectangle go that was sitting over in the corner? I don't know. It's a new camera. I'm kind of new to this game when it comes to camera and technology and that kind of stuff. So I kind of lost the rectangle. You see it pop up every now and then as the camera is trying to refocus on me. But as I was telling some of my friends, it really doesn't matter. The rectangle and the autofocus, it doesn't matter to me. It's the meat and the potatoes of the program that's where it's at. And as long as you're getting the meat and the potatoes, it really doesn't matter how many times the rectangle pops up or if it's over in the corner or whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to hold your time here. I know you guys have a lot of things going on, and I want to make sure I get right to the point, right to the nitty gritty. We're on lesson number 7, and here's the deal. All you have to do is keep chucking along, and you're going to get this thing. Right now, we're really not focused on the analytic part of it, the analysis part of it, of what's going on. Right now, what I want you to do is understand the visualizations that you're creating, understand what visualizations you have access to. As you continue to make as you continue to do your homework and your assignments, you're going to get you're going to get the analysis of what's going on as we move into other projects. But right now, as long as you understand the visualizations, you understand what you have access to, the analysis piece is going to come. As you can tell, as I said before, Power BI is kind of a mix between being a graphic artist, a graphic designer, and a business analyst. It allows you to be creative, and at the same time, it allows you to use your business acumen. So with that said, we're going to move right into the lesson number 7. And in today's lesson, we're going to take a look at our first DAX calculation. Very simple calculation. It's going to be a sum calculation. And as I said before in a previous lesson, that DAX is Power BI is not code. Just real quick, I do understand that everyone is not going to be interested in Power BI, but you're out there looking for a tech solution, a tech opportunity for you to get into, the way you can make that career change, that career pivot. So for those of you guys that are out there that are into looking for that tech change, I do have a free 30-day calendar, a 30-day calendar. As you can see here, it's 30-day. Well, it's not a 30-day calendar. It's a 30-day tech transition planner, and it gives you day by day for 30 days, day 1 through day 30, to where you can use these steps in order to determine what tech venture you may want to get into. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. If you're interested in this free 30-day calendar that I have, just go to the link below the link below in this video, and just click the link, follow the link, and we will get you over the 30-day tech transition planner. Just wanted to take a quick break to let you know that. Now let's get back over to the webinar. Yes, there are opportunities where you might be able to go out there and receive or get a job, a codeless opportunity. But for the most part, there is going to be some DAX involved. We're not going to go very, very deep in this lesson or in this course when it comes to DAX. But we are going to get into the nitty gritty a little bit and give you the basics of what you need. And then everything else, you're going to have to go out there and you got to continue to study. I mean, this thing is evolving every day, and you've got to evolve every day. So with that said, we're going to move into the to the DAX piece first. Kind of like knocked a little chart off. Guess you can't see it. Kind of knocked it off a little bit, but that's okay. This is the same. This is the same report that we used in the previous lesson. I found that there was opportunity for us to use this same report to continue on. So I figured there's no need to change reports. Now your lesson assignments are going to be different. So I mean, I don't want you to expect the same tables and reports and databases from that standpoint. But for the most part, you know, once you get the data into Power BI, it's all handled the same way. So as we can see here, this is the same report. We're going to go over to the table view and we're going to talk about calculations. I said before in a previous lesson that Power BI is a columnar based application. What that means is everything is pretty much determined by the columns. As we practice more and do more assignments, you'll see, you know, exactly what that means. But just to give you some idea, when we get ready to create, when we're creating a sum or when we're adding a column up, we're never going to add rows. We're going to always add columns. And when we're adding a column, for instance, remember we've got dimensions and fact information, and the columns that have the numerical information that we can add together, those are the columns that we are going to use for aggregation. For instance, we have a column, one says patient ID, and of course patient ID, though it's numerical, is not a fact. It is going to be a dimension because the patient ID is describing or it's identifying who the patient is. You can actually say patient ID is a person without knowing the person's name. But if we come over and we see cost of service, we know anytime you have a cost, you can add a cost, and that information is numerical. So in order to create a measure, what we do now, what I have here is I've already created a folder of measures, but I'm going to just right click on that folder and I'm going to say new measure. And with that new measure, we're talking about sum. So all we're going to do, we're adding up the cost of service. We're just going to say sum of fee. That's just what we're going to call it, and we're going to say equals SUM, and we get the SUM pops up, and we're going to find cost of service. Just going to click it and we can hit enter, and that's going to be our first measure. And basically anytime you create a measure, that's pretty much what you have to do. When you have a sum, what we did was